Oh, um, I don't know that I know that song after all. I think
Huh.
I got confused about a different song about barley. That was haunting and beautiful.
Yeah, I really like that song a lot. I actually like that band a lot. They don't all their songs don't sound like that.
Well,
But yeah, really interesting band that I think a lot of people have ignored. Um, so yeah, that's one of their few all a cappella numbers that they ever did.
the
But
recording is stunning. My guess would be that that was natural hall
Mhm.
reverb, which was
That's
just
actually how the on the LP they recorded it. They didn't record it live, but they recorded it with similar acoustics, so it has that echo, that kind of concert hall echo to it. So I was really glad that was maintained in the live version because I had expected that from the LP. So yeah,
yeah, it sounds like a concert hall, like a big gish one to me, and just really lovely. Uh, it adds so much because what I love about it is you get the close mic, you can hear that clearly,
Mhm.
but then you hear everything else, and it gives it such a big space, and it does really amplify the way I think that the melody has. So, you've traveled? I know to Europe. Have you
Yes.
ever seen the wind in the barley?
I mean, I was in Ireland in the spring. I didn't necessarily see barley fields, but I definitely saw wind blowing through grass
Yeah,
while we were there. So yeah, and it's interesting. I think that with wind, when you say wind, we tend to differentiate like wind from breeze. But this definitely feels um, gentler. This isn't a particularly rough. I mean, it
yeah.
doesn't take much to blow around a little bit of grain. So,
And that's the thing. I've not seen like American wheat fields or anything, but barley it sways gently. I
mhm.
saw barley fields in Scotland when we were
Oh,
there.
cool.
Just I mean, outside of a distillery,
Hmm.
and it's amazing what a gentle breeze will do to a barley field in the way that it ripples across. And that's why I feel like the melody has a cadence
Yes.
that ripples up and ripples down
Yeah.
without big trills or arpeggiated runs or anything necessarily.
Right. Yep.
It just has that in the quality of it. In the same way that, and hopefully I'm not getting ahead of myself, but the like your surf rock emulates like the sound of the ocean.
Sure.
This represents like the visual and even the auditory swirl of a breeze in something that blows easily.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah. Good point. I hadn't considered all that. So that's great.
wow, yeah, that was lovely.
So we're gonna stay in Ireland.
Well, can't
Uh,
hurt.
kind of.
Okay.
So yeah. So the next track is another live track from a band called Afro Celt Sound System, which is just a wonderful, like, I wish there were more bands like this. So it's part of the band is from Ireland and play traditional Irish music or Irish instruments
Hmm.
and singing and the vocalist from that half of the band sings in often in Gaelic. And then the other half of the band is from, I think, West Africa, and sing in, I can't remember which West African language, and play some African instruments as well. But I think that just when they came together and formed this band, they realized there was a kindred spirit
Hmm.
there, and they just make this really great music. But then there's also in some of their music, not this song, there is also an electric quality to it, which is where the sound system
Ah,
comes from in the name. So Afro Celt Sound System, it's kind of all there in the name. And this song, the lyrics, if you translate them, though I've only been able to find the Gaelic translation, I have not been able to find a translation for the African portion. The Gaelic translation doesn't necessarily reference wind directly, but I think you'll really hear it in the woodwind instruments that are used. Um, and really, I think that this is sort of uh, the lyrics talk about sort of being guided home, and home being Ireland in this place. But
hmm.
so I imagine between the idea of the lyrics talking about being guided and the sound of the woodwinds, I imagine sort of wind as sort of a gentle guide leading you back home, with sort of a patriotic vibe to it as well.
Awesome. All right. Well, here we go.